Get stepping along my bowlways, please. Come forward.
Don't be shy, don't be shy. All right, so I'm just going to basically hand the microphone over to Phil, and he's just going to speak his mind, I guess. He's going to relay some information for you on what he's been through himself, I suppose.
Thanks for that. Get a bit closer and you might be able to hear me. At about this time on the 7th of January, we didn't really need any lights on because the world was pretty much red around us, and while it, that night's going to be pretty firmly etched in everybody's mind for a long time, it's nights like tonight that I guess make it so much more bearable to see the community support from all areas in WA. And it really is a privilege to come up here and see such a good show put on by people who obviously care. And while I could probably sit here and tell you a few stories about that night, really all I'd really like to do is, from my community to your community, is say thank you.
Thanks very much, Phil. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Vice President of the WA Volunteer Fire Service, Mr. Dave Gossage.
Thank you. Once again, we'd like to extend our sincere thanks to all of you coming along tonight to help do the fundraising for the communities that have been quite devastated down in the Waroona and Yarloop areas. But more so importantly, I had the privilege of working with some wonderful men and women from all the agencies, the Volunteer SES, Bushfire Brigade, FRS, Salvation Army, Red Cross, CWA, and I could go on and on and on, and I was just blown away with the sincerity and genuine heartfelt effort put in by every person and every volunteer and community members, including all the farmers that came together behind the scenes and are still working there. When I went through only 2 days ago, behind the scenes trying to get their community back on track. I'd also like to acknowledge our sponsor, Off-Road Trucks, who brought that big red truck up that all you kids have had a bit of fun with today. They've been wonderful in supporting the volunteers across WA and letting their voice be heard by new designs and new technologies. So thank you, Off-Road Trucks Australia. Well done, and thank you for coming up here and supporting this effort. So thank you, and I'll pass on to...
This is Lance, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a few words to say as well.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am Lance Hanson from the Nukara Fire Brigade. I started firefighting back when I was 17 years old in the Northern Territory and loved it ever since. We're all here helping the families affected by the horrible southwest bushfires and to share the experiences of the fire around Waroona. This fire started by a lightning strike about the 6th of January and spread quickly, resulting in one of the biggest bushfires recorded in WA's history. The second Midwest strike team that I was part of, just so you're aware, strike teams are made up, and the first one had gone, which consisted of about 13 people. We got the call to attend Waroona on Tuesday, the 12th, saying we were going. We knew very little of the battle that we were heading to until the brief the following morning all was revealed. My overall experience on this fire was overwhelming. The catering, communications, the size of the control point, and seeing it all in full swing, and then the sight you just had to see. Exhausted firefighters laying on the grass near their appliances having a sleep, as they knew it wouldn't be long before they had to once again man their truck to head out for yet another flare-up or breakout. The size of the fire on the enlarged map in the briefing was only a rough guide. Shortly after our briefing, it was time to go to work. The sheer look on the fire ground was like a war zone to describe it. The photos on the news didn't come close to showing it all. Although we had a lot of work to do, we managed to maintain and keep the fire at bay. With a few calls for assistance, had us racing to the scene of the outbreak, including climbing through a creek to get to the fire on the other side. That was myself. Alright, I've got a quote here. Why is it we are running in while everyone else is running out? I answer this by saying, it's not about being heroes. It's about doing what we love to serve and protect and preserve life. As not many may not be aware, our fellow fighters were asked to help from all over Australia. So it's not only here in the Midwest, Gascoyne, that were asked to attend. Victoria, New South Wales and also Pilbara attended. Thanks very much.